Hey math fans! Welcome to Math Olympiad Academy, your trusted space for advanced problem solving and clear mathematical reasoning. Thank you sincerely to all our subscribers and viewers for your continued support. Many students ask me, in what scientific or real-world contexts do first-order linear differential equations arise? So, Lesson 29 is dedicated to answering that question by presenting real-world applications of first-order linear differential equations in physics, one of the most powerful tools in mathematical modeling. Lesson objective. In this lesson, we'll focus on three foundational examples from physics: the decay of radioactive nuclei, the charging of a capacitor in a series RC circuit, and Newton's law of cooling. Follow along as we discover each application step by step. Let us begin with the first application, radioactive decay. We consider n sub 0 to be the initial number of radioactive nuclei at time t equals 0 seconds. We denote by n of t the number of undecayed nuclei at time t. Over a time interval delta t, the change in the number of nuclei is delta n equals n of t minus n sub 0. Here, n of t is the number of undecayed nuclei at time t, and n sub 0 is the initial number at time 0. Empirical observation shows that the fractional change in the number of nuclei is proportional to the elapsed time. Specifically, delta n divided by n of t equals minus lambda times delta t, where lambda, the decay constant, is a positive quantity with units of inverse seconds. As delta t becomes extremely small, this relation approaches the differential form: dn divided by n equals minus lambda times dt. By integrating both sides, the left from n sub 0 to n of t, and the right from 0 to t, we have the integral of dn over n equals minus lambda times the integral of dt. This leads to the natural logarithm of n of t minus. The natural logarithm of n sub 0 equals minus lambda t, which simplifies to the natural logarithm of the quantity n of t divided by n sub 0 equals minus lambda t. Exponentiating both sides gives n of t divided by n sub 0 equals e to the minus lambda t. Thus, the number of undecayed nuclei at time t is n of t equals n sub 0 times e to the minus lambda t. Now, let us move to application 2, the series RC circuit. We consider a series RC circuit powered by a constant voltage V sub 0. In this part, we aim to determine the expression for the charge Q of t, namely, the amount of electric charge stored on the capacitor at time t. Applying the Kirchhoff's loop law, we write V sub 0 minus V sub R minus V sub C equals 0. Where the voltage across the resistor is given by the expression V sub R equals R times the current I, which also equals R times the derivative of Q with respect to time t. Note that the relation V sub R equals R times I is known as Ohm's law. As for the voltage across the capacitor, it is written as V sub C equals Q over C. Substituting these relations into Kirchhoff's loop equation gives R times dq over dt plus 1 over c times q of t equals V sub 0. Dividing both sides by R yields dq over dt plus 1 over rc times q of t equals V sub 0 over r. This is a first-order linear differential equation. Its solution, assuming the capacitor starts uncharged, is q of t equals c times V sub 0 times the quantity, inside parentheses, 1 minus e raised to the power of minus t over rc. Let C times V sub 0 equal Q sub 0, and let R times C equal tau, the time constant of the circuit. Then the expression for the charge Q of t becomes Q sub 0 times the quantity, inside parentheses, 1 minus e raised to the power of minus t over tau. Note that Q of t increases with respect to time t, and as t tends to infinity, Q of t approaches Q sub 0. Regarding the third application of first-order linear differential equations in physics, we now consider Newton's law of cooling. Let T of t be the temperature of an object at time t, with t measured in seconds. Let T sub A denote the ambient temperature, also called the surrounding temperature, given in Kelvin. Let K be a positive constant, with units of per second. We place an object with initial temperature T sub 0 into an environment held at constant ambient temperature T sub A. Our goal is to find the expression for T of t, the object's temperature over time. Newton's law of cooling states, the rate of change of the object's temperature is proportional to the difference between its temperature and the ambient temperature. Mathematically, dt over dt equals minus k times the quantity t minus t sub a. To solve, we separate variables. dt over the quantity t minus t sub a equals minus k dt. Integrating both sides, from t sub 0 to t of t on the left and from 0 to t on the right, gives the natural logarithm of the quantity t of t minus t sub a minus the natural logarithm of t sub 0 minus t sub a equals minus kt. This simplifies to the natural logarithm of the ratio t of t minus t sub a over t sub 0 minus t sub a equals minus kt. Exponentiating both sides yields t of t minus t sub a over t sub 0 minus t sub a equals e raised to minus kt. Solving for t of t, we obtain t of t equals t sub a plus the quantity t sub 0 minus t sub a, all multiplied by e raised to minus kt. As time increases, the exponential term decays to 0, so t of t approaches t sub a, thermal equilibrium. Now, let us briefly review the physical meaning of each term. T of t is the temperature of the object at time t. T sub a is the ambient temperature, also called the surrounding temperature, expressed in Kelvin. The quantity T sub 0 minus T sub a represents the initial temperature difference, how much hotter or colder the object is than its surroundings at the beginning. E raised to the power of minus kt is the exponential decay factor, showing how this difference decreases over time. K is a positive constant, known as the cooling coefficient or rate of heat exchange. Conclusion: the expression for the object's temperature is T of t equals T sub a plus the quantity T sub 0 minus T sub a, all multiplied by e raised to the power of minus kt. I hope you enjoyed this step-by-step solution. Keep practicing, share this lesson with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Math Olympiad Academy for more exciting math challenges. See you in the next lesson!